Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Story Couch. They say the cruelest thing Alzheimer steals isn't memory, it's the people we love. Imagine looking into your mother's face and not knowing who she is. Imagine forgetting your own home, your own name, your own life. But what if there was one person your heart refused to forget? This is the story of Arthur, a grandfather who slowly forgot the world around him. He forgot birthdays, he forgot faces, even forgot the women he had loved for 50 years. Yet somehow, every single morning, he remembered one little girl, his granddaughter. And when the truth behind that miracle was finally discovered, an entire family was left in tears. The small town of Willow Creek was known for its peaceful mornings, quiet streets, blooming gardens, and neighbors who treated each other like family. Among them lived 78-year-old Arthur Bennett. For most of his life, Arthur had been the kind of man everyone admired. He repaired broken bicycles for children without charging a penny. He planted flowers outside homes that belonged to elderly neighbors. He baked apple pies for anyone who happened to visit. His warm smile had become part of Willow Creek itself. But one autumn morning, something changed. Arthur stood outside his own house, holding his house key. Confused, he stared at the front door for several minutes before quietly asking a passing neighbor, "Excuse me, do you know who lives here?" The neighbor froze. Within weeks, the little moments became impossible to ignore. Arthur forgot where he left his glass. Arthur forgot where he left his glasses. Even when they rested on his forehead, he forgot what day it was. Sometimes he forgot whether he had eaten breakfast. One afternoon, he introduced himself to his own daughter. "I'm Arthur, and you are?" His daughter Emily forced a smile, but the moment she reached her car, she broke down crying. Doctors soon confirmed what the family feared most. Arthur had Alzheimer's disease, a condition that would slowly take away his memories. One by one, the family tried everything. Sticky notes covered the walls, family photographs filled every room, labels were placed on cupboards, doors, even the television remote. For a while, it happened. It helped. But Alzheimer's never stops moving forward. One memory disappeared, then another, until Arthur could no longer recognize the faces of people he had loved his entire life. Everyone prepared themselves for the day he would forget them all. Everyone except one little girl, 10-year-old Emma, Arthur's granddaughter. Every afternoon after school, Emma quietly opened her grandfather's bedroom door. She never knew whether he would remember her that day. Sometimes he looked at her with empty eyes for several seconds, and then something magical happened. His face softened, a warm smile slowly appeared, and he asked the exact same question every single day. "How was school today, my little sunshine?" Emma smiled through tears. "It was good, Grandpa." No matter how many memories disappeared, those 5 words never did, and no one could explain why. Every afternoon at exactly 3:30, Emma returned home from school. She would leave her backpack by the front door, wash her hands, and walk straight to her grandfather's room. It became their little routine, no matter how difficult Arthur's day had been. Emma never skipped a visit. Some afternoons, Arthur sat quietly by the window, watching birds he could no longer name. Other days, he wandered through the house, searching for rooms he had lived in for over 40 years. Once, he picked up an old wedding photograph. He stared at it for several minutes, then softly asked, "Who is this beautiful lady?" Emily, his own daughter, could barely answer, "That's Mom, Grandpa." Arthur smiled politely. She looks like a wonderful person. Emily turned away, hiding her tears. Every member of the family slowly accepted the painful truth. Arthur was disappearing one memory at a time. But every afternoon, the same miracle happened. The bedroom door opened. Emma quietly stepped inside. Arthur looked at her. For a few long seconds, his eyes were completely empty. Then, like sunlight breaking through dark clouds, recognition appeared. His gentle smile returned. How was school today, my little sunshine? Emma laughed softly. Math was hard today. Arthur chuckled, then tomorrow you will become even stronger. The doctors could not explain it. His brain scans showed severe memory loss. Yet somehow his heart still recognized Emma. Even strangers in the hospital began noticing. One nurse whispered, I have never seen anything like this. Arthur forgot everyone except one little girl. And every evening before Emma went home, Arthur folded a tiny paper crane, placed it carefully into her hands, and said, For tomorrow. Emma never understood why. She simply smiled and kept every single paper bird inside a small wooden box beneath her bed. Winter arrived, snow covered Willow Creek. Arthur's condition became worse. Some mornings he could not remember how to use a spoon. Other morning, he tried leaving the house because he believed he still had to go to work. The family took turns staying with him. One quiet afternoon, Emma rushed into his room after school. She smiled brightly. Hi, Grandpa. Arthur slowly looked up. His eyes rested on her face. 1 second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, nothing, no smile, no recognition, only silence. Emma's heartbeat slowed. She whispered again, Grandpa, it's me. Arthur tilted his head gently. I'm sorry. Have we met before? The room felt impossibly quiet. Emma forced herself to smile. It's okay. She sat beside him anyway. They spent nearly an hour together. Arthur spoke kindly, but as if she were a complete stranger when Emma stood to leave. She looked toward his little table, no paper crane for the first time. There was not one waiting for her. That evening, she quietly climbed into bed. She opened her wooden box. Inside, hundreds of tiny paper cranes rested beside one another. Emma picked up the very first crane. Tears rolled silently down her cheeks. She whispered, It's okay, Grandpa, even if you forget me. I will remember enough for both of us. Outside, snow continued falling across Willow Creek. Inside the little wooden box, hundreds of paper birds waited silently as if they were protecting a secret no one had discovered yet. Spring slowly returned to Willow Creek, the snow melted, flowers blooming once again, but Arthur's memories continued to fade. Some days he barely spoke at all. He would simply sit near the living room window, watching the birds outside. Emma still visited afternoons. She no longer expected him to remember her. She simply held his hand and read storybooks aloud. Even if he could not understand the words, she hoped some part of his heart. Arthur suddenly looked at Emma. For just a brief moment, his eyes became clear, not confused, not distant, clear. He smiled, my little sunshine. Emma froze. She had not heard those words in weeks. Tears filled her eyes. Grandpa, Arthur gently reached for a piece of paper lying on the table. His hands trembled. Holding even a simple paper crane had become difficult. Emma quietly helped him. Together, they folded one final crane. Arthur carefully placed it into her hands. Then he whispered, Never stop smiling. A few minutes later, he slowly closed his eyes and peacefully fell asleep. That night, Arthur Bennett left the world as quietly as he had lived in it. The entire town attended his funeral. Children placed paper cranes beside his photograph. Neighbors brought flowers from gardens Arthur himself had planted years before. Emma stood silently, holding the last paper crane against her heart. She believed it was simply his final goodbye. She had no idea it was actually the beginning of one last conversation. Several weeks after the funeral, Emma could not bring herself to open the little wooden box. One rainy afternoon, she finally did one by one. She counted every paper crane 300, 320, 350, finally 365. Exactly one for every day of the year. Curious, she carefully unfolded the very first crane. Inside, tiny handwriting Tiny handwriting covered the paper, the kind. Even when nobody notices, Emma stared in surprise. She opened another. Forgive quickly. Life is shorter than anger. Another. Always wave goodbye. You never know which goodbye is the last. Her hands began shaking. Every single crane contained a handwritten message, a lesson, a memory, a piece of Arthur's heart. Emily suddenly remembered something. Years earlier, just after Arthur had been diagnosed, he had spent months quietly folding paper every evening. Everyone thought it helped him relax. No one knew he was preparing for the future. He knew one day his memories would disappear. So before they could, he placed them safely inside paper bags, waiting for Emma to discover them. The very last frame remained unopened. Emma held it carefully, almost afraid to unfold it. Inside, one final note waited. Emma unfolded the last paper crane. The handwriting was slightly shakier than the others. It read, "My little sunshine, if you are reading this, then my journey is over. Maybe one day I will forget your face. Maybe I will even forget my own. But please remember this, love does not live inside memory. It lives inside the heart. If I ever look at you like a stranger, don't be afraid. My heart will still know you are home. Thank you for making my last years feel like my happiest childhood. Love, Grandpa." Emma could not hold back her tears for the first time. She understood Arthur had not remembered her because his memory was stronger. He remembered her because his love was stronger. 15 years passed, Emma became an elementary school teacher. Her classroom was unlike any other. From the ceiling hung 355 colorful paper cranes. Every new student who entered asked the same question, "Miss Emma, why do you have so many words?" Emma smiled softly. She picked up one paper crane, opened it carefully, and read aloud, "Be kind." Even when nobody noticed, the children smiled. Every Friday, Emma chose another crane, another lesson, another memory. Arthur's voice continued teaching children long after he was gone. One afternoon, a little girl hugged Emma before going home. "You are my favorite teacher." Emma looked toward the ceiling. Hundreds of paper cranes gently moved in the afternoon breeze. She smiled through happy tears, quietly whispering, "He's still here, not in photographs, not in memories, but in every act of kindness passed from one heart to another." Some leave behind money, some leave behind photographs. Arthur Bennett left behind something far more valuable, 365 reminders that love can outlive memory, that kindness never grows old, and that even when the mind begins to forget, the heart still remembers how to love. If this story touched your heart, take a moment today to hug someone you love. Create a memory, say the words you have been waiting to say, because memory might fade, but love has a beautiful way of finding its way home. Thank you for spending this story with us. We will see you in the next story here on the Story Couch. Bye bye. Take care.